Don't count out Casey Drake in that 87. He's right.
One more lap to go here at Indy. He ran him all the way from 3 seconds back. 2 laps to go. Oh, round 2 gets fun. Oh, Matthew gets the apron around the Strexler. He spins right from the back. Huge wreck. The 2 flies up in the air. It's 3 wide. Oh, what a move by Derek. He wants to go.
Tries to send him up the hill, but can't quite do it.
Now between the 2 car lengths. Too little too late for Derek and Smith. Oh, Clapping gets turned! Clapping gets turned! Oh my gosh! Side by side, 3 wide at the wire! Welcome everybody here live for tonight's race as we get set for 75 laps here at the Irwindale Event Center. My name is Ezekiel Reyes.
And I'm Dewey Schramm. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody.
It should be a fun one as we get set for tonight's race. Not a lot of people showing up, only 18, but of course a solid field here for tonight. Should be a lot of fun as we find out who's going to come out on top here for tonight's race.
It'll certainly be an interesting one, as iSCAR has not visited the Irwindale Event Center since 2018 in the summer for Season 1 of this late model series, as Brian C. Mullen won that event. Obviously, he's not racing tonight, but 18 other drivers are, so probably not a lot of guys who may have experience here at Irwindale, so there could be a lot of slipping and sliding for guys trying to get used to what, for them, could be a new track.
Definitely. We'll go ahead and pull up race analytics here on the bottom right hand of the screen. Again, 75 laps going to be ran here for tonight, 37.5 miles. No required pit stops. Pit road speed is 35. If you do need to come in for tires, maybe if there were to be like a halfway caution, I'd expect some of these people to come down on pit road.
Yeah, and before we forget, a special happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, as today obviously is Day of the Mom. So
Right.
To any possible mothers that could be watching this stream, thank you for all that you do for your children, especially my own mom. Thank you for everything she does, and
My own too.
hope it's a good one here.
Track facts displayed on the bottom left of the screen. Half a mile in length. Banking is 6 to 12 degrees progressive. Location in Irwindale, California, United States of America. Turns forward one in each corner, and the configuration is the outer oval.
Yeah, the outer oval, a half mile, and then the inner oval, which is where pit road will be tonight, only 1/3 of a mile.
Alright, getting set here for this green flag here just momentarily. We're going to scoot ourselves to the side, play the national anthem. Eyes out, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. Hello, welcome back here for tonight's race for the iSCAR Yost Auto Sales Late Model Series. Getting ready to go set for round number 1 out of 6. Currently qualifying underway. Watching these people take laps around the racetrack right now. Alex K. Gretz and the 017 going to be qualifying in 4th. Fastest person up there. Person has yet to be in victory lane. That's Caden Atkins in the number 56.
Yeah, a bit surprised. That's not good. I think Dominic Howe is potentially gonna have to start from the back now. As being up on your side, not a good thing. See Michael Bianchini here in the 420 taking his laps in the Donald Trump scheme. See that at turn 2, looks like gets a little bit loose, but makes his way through 3 and 4 here, and we'll have to see where Michael puts himself here on the grid.
Michael right there, he was sliding a bit too much to really roll that high side. Maybe that car is sort of set up for that lower end of the racetrack. You could run that lower end, but you're definitely losing some time down there. It's just a matter of how you roll through the corner. Such. Michael's still staying out on track. Log in is fastest too, and across the start-finish line. Don't know where he's going to be. Looks like he's going to be in 6th. Yeah, nobody else on track, so we'll go ahead and focus in on camera angles and such. But yeah, Irwindale, there's a lot of history that's been going on. I mean, a lot of, I guess, events that's been going on. And the past few years, track set to close, then it's not, then it was, then it's not. Dewey could take you through a bit of history of what's been going on with the speedway.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I guess they were going to decide to throw a shopping mall here, and then they're like, yeah, actually, we're not going to do that. And then a K&N West owner, Bob Roncati, for those that know who he is, he fields the 6 and the 9 car in the K&N West Series, or what's now the ARCA West Series. He bought the track along with a former track champion, so looks to be this place will be open and running till at least 2023 with those two at the helm. So good to see that some local guys are stepping up to help save what's a pretty cool track to me.
Yeah, definitely. This track has some interesting characteristics about it. You see there on the banking, right up against the wall, that's where the most banking is at, I think, 12 degrees. And all the way against that white line is 6 degrees of banking. So rather than a traditional oval where you're running that bottom side of the racetrack, you'll see some cars run up against that white dotted line and run up against the wall to get more momentum throughout the track. The multi-groove track, which is really interesting. It's very rare to see that. A couple of examples of a multi-groove track. I think Toledo is one of them. Fortunately, that's not an iRacing yet. IRP is another. That's a very interesting track. Even though it's like flat, like New Hampshire and such, but I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
Well, both of those tracks have been on the ARCA schedule for quite a long time, as ARCA, of course, has run a lot of races at IRP, and of course Toledo and Xfinity and the Truck Series went to IRP for a long time. So those two tracks definitely have a lot of history, as does Irwindale. So for anybody that's potentially run those two tracks, perhaps they could take what they've done there and potentially apply it here.
Yeah, definitely. Again, set for the green flag this time by. Starting order is going to be shown right in front of your screen. Congratulations to Caden Atkins. The number 56 going to start in front, and Eric Sutcliffe is going to be starting in 2nd.
And row number 2 gives us the 017 of Alex Gretz into his outside this series sponsor, Scott Yost, in the 85.
Row number 3 going to be consisted of Carson Poindexter and Michael Bianchini. The rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen. Find your favorite driver, and hopefully he'll win it here for tonight. And we do have a couple of good names starting toward the rear of the field. Eric Keeter, he was I think a recent Bronze Series champion. I know he wasn't the latest one, Cody Webster was, but that number 91 definitely has a lot of talent under his car.
Yeah, very small field for tonight's race. I believe a couple of these guys in the back have already disconnected from the session. So I believe we're going to have about 14, 15 cars here for tonight. So a decent enough field. As the first time that we did this late model series back in 2018, the amount of drivers that showed up was not that high, so we're already off to a pretty good start for this series.
Yeah, definitely. The last person who went in victory lane here was actually number 17, Brian C. Mullen, who took it over. I think it was Matthew Klein and Justin Johnson. So, some two names. Unfortunately, they're not here for tonight, but have wrote
Well, Klein
themselves
was in the
down in
session, but
iSCAR history.
yeah, Matthew Klein was in the session, but I'm not
Oh,
sure if
actually,
he
there he is. Yeah,
left
that's
or
right.
yeah, there he is. So they'll have some work to do. As it looks to be starting from the rear for tonight. But he's got 75 laps to potentially make his way up to the front, so we'll have to see how it all shakes out.
Go getting set for the green flag this time by. Set. Go into pacing mode. 2 laps going to be logged in around. So set for tonight's 75 lap event. I'm expecting a couple early cautions as these drivers get used to their own setups, because again, this is an open setup race. A lot of these drivers have created their setups to be as fast as they could, and the person who's up top, at number 56, looks to have the best one. And it's a PPM car at number 56, Caden Atkins is.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that 76 of Eric Sutcliffe already qualifying on the front row for tonight. Haven't seen much of him in iSCAR in the past, so I'm not sure if this is his debut race or not, but if it is, it's already off to a pretty good start as the pace car will dive down onto the inner loop here.
Set for the green flag. The drivers cross the white line as the green flag will fly this time by. We're up and away for 75 laps here at Irwindale. Wow, look at all those drivers just shove themselves against that safer.
Might go 3 wide here out of turn 2. That's going to be close.
Oh, it's getting squeezed. Oh, and Bianchini.
Yellow flag is out.
Saves it.
How is that a yellow? Oh, looks like there's a spin in the back.
Oh, that's the 58 of Dominic Howe. Looks to have gone around into 3. A lot of rear end and front end damage on that machine.
Now, unlike the super late model, these cars are more prone to braking and bending, and that is a lot of damage on that number 56, Dominic Howe. I expect that machine not to be up to pace, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens. Toward the rear of the field, it looks like, oh, that's a hard hit.
I think he hit a wall that jutted out. He just stopped.
Damn.
Oh yeah, wow.
I think Burgee, even though doesn't look like he has a lot of damage on that machine, I'm pretty sure that's a meatball flag the way he hit that wall, and fortunately,
that was a huge hit.
Yeah.
A couple cars look to be coming down to pits. One of them could be Bianchini with his incident that he barely avoided there.
Matthew Klein, like to be in. Dominic Howe, of course. Yeah, Bianchini looks like to be coming in. Maybe bring a bit of damage there on that number 420.
Yeah, a lot of these local short tracks will have walls that jut out like that. Some of them have pits on the outside of the track because they can't fit them on the inside, or it's an opening for safety vehicles to come in. Of course, Gateway used to have, or might still have, a wall like that, and way back when, in 2004 or somewhere around that time, I believe Rick Crawford ended up on his side at Gateway. So these walls can, while they may not look to be that much of an impact, they can have one if you hit it at just the right angle.
Yeah, definitely, and unfortunately, the number 83, Joe Burgee, man, not even a lap, and unfortunately, that man is sitting on pit road trying to get his front and rear end all shaped to go, but under caution here for the first time, Caden Atkins, number 56, is still up front. Top 5 going to be displayed right there. Green. Get set here to go green just momentarily. The 56 of Caden Atkins Gretz in the 017, Poindexter in the 1, Sutcliffe in the 76, and Cole Woody in the 74. iSCAR is in.
And we'll try it again.
A lot of cars tried to shove themselves against that wall for that first lap. We'll see what they do this time. Maybe fan down to the bottom. Try to get that bottom side going. And it looks like everybody just wants in on that high side.
Yeah, Atkins able to clear, but Sheen in the wall there out of turn 2. They're almost 3 wide again, in almost the same spot as the first lap. And Gretz looking low here on Atkins, trying to make the bottom work here early, but can't quite do it yet.
There's 3. The top 3 have yet to pick up an iSCAR win, as you see a bit of contact over the rear of the field. One car way down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Bit of a dive bomb maneuver by the 017, and Gretz, he wants the lead. Oh, so close! Wow, that was a move.
Now Poindexter might get second here. That was a great crossover by Atkins to retake the lead, as he executed that about as well as you possibly can. But it looks like Gretz will be able to hold on for second for now. See Eric Sutcliffe trying to make the bottom work here as he'll put himself up into 4th. And Poindexter files in line in 3rd.
Side by side as Cole Woody and Liam Sheen duke it out. Might be a bit of contact between those drivers as they work themselves into 3. But that bottom side is definitely not the place to go. And the more this high side starts rubbering up, that more that high side starts to work. And around goes the 74 Woody. Tags the inside wall. Not going to be a caution though, because everybody already passed him once he scooted himself back on the racetrack. So we still stay green here at Irwindale.
It's unfortunate for the 74. He'll have to hope that another caution will come out shortly, as I'm sure his tires have definitely taken a beating from that, as now the 76 of Sutcliffe has gotten by Poindexter for 3rd, so that 76 is a pretty solid run going for himself so far.
Yeah, Sutcliffe, this is the first time he's making his debut. Obviously, very familiar scheme, referencing that number 70 of Harry Grindle, who's all the way back here in 6th place. Sutcliffe, he's on, I don't know what team Harry is on, but...
Team Kamikaze, I believe.
Right, Team Kamikaze. And that 76 is running fairly strong right now in 3rd.
Yeah, Grindle himself not doing that bad in 6th. I'm sure he'd like to be a bit farther up, but Harry's proven to be a pretty solid late model driver between this series and the Super Late Model series we wrapped up early on in the spring. So, well, I guess he wasn't really known for it then, but Harry's one of the probably top short track guys we've got in iSCAR now.
Picked up the W at Southern National Motorsports Park when we went green there at the Bull Ring. Yet to pick up another victory, but he's looking fairly strong, currently battling out with the number 9 at Jackson Menchue, who's been in victory lane recently in the GTE class at Daytona. So, some various wins being picked left and right for that number 9. Menchue has been looking fairly strong at the bottom right now.
He looks to be pretty much the only driver currently on the bottom. I believe everybody else is mainly on the top as of now, so he looks to be pretty even with the 91 at heater, and actually he's gaining a little bit on him on the bottom. We'll have to see if he can potentially turn this into a slide job pass in the next lap or two.
Yeah, definitely, but looks like he lost a bit of time there. He could keep it keep it side by side with a couple of people. I'm very surprised to see that bottom start to kick in very early, but the more that high side starts to rubber up, I think Menchue's sort of in a waiting game until that high side could offer up a hole for him to slot in.
See the 58 of Dominic Cow with all that damage from the lap 1 incident, seemingly still on pace and battling for positions here. He's still in 8th place, so despite all that damage, I guess a lot of it's actually cosmetic, as now he's trying to make a move here on Menchue.
The inside goes to 56 to Dominic Cow. Probably has the most I rating in
Whoa!
Oh man! Bit of
Nice
a Tokyo
save.
drift. Nice save, exactly. For that number 58, I think that damage is definitely affecting the handling of that race car, unfortunately. Still green, and fortunately for Cole Woody, he's not yet to get lapped, though. Atkins is all the way in 3 and 4. But Woody, he definitely needs to catch a caution here for these next 10 or 20 laps.
Yeah, these top three look like they've separated themselves just a bit from fourth on back, as Atkins has about, looks like to be a 5 or 6 car length lead on Gretz, and then from Sutcliffe on back looks to be about at least a second gap. So these top three look to be the strongest cars here, especially early on, as we're almost a third of the way through here.
That's a bit of wall tag right there by the 017 and Gretz on board with Sutcliffe as he tries to work to the backside of that 017. A nice job of rolling the center of the corner to keep his car a lot of momentum. Nice run right up off the corner, and you see the 017 of Gretz. His rear end looks to be stepping out on exit. Means his car looks like it might be a bit loose, but he is catching that 056. I mean, not the 056, the 56 of Caden Atkins. We'll pull up a bit of a leaderboard here. See the comparison.
Yeah, with this race being open setup, I'm sure some drivers were maybe experimenting a little bit with what they're going to do with their cars. Yeah, we have a caution on the track now. Looks to be Dominic Howe again. And it looks like he has even more damage than he did before.
Round he went. Ooh, that's Liam Sheen in the 13, and that's the break that number 74 Cole Woody needed. Get himself caught up with the pack, and
good for Dominic that he was able to keep it off the wall there. He looked to be going right towards the wall, but he was able to keep it off. So even though he's got damage, at least he avoided any more, and an even better job by Liam to not hit him. And it looks like Sutcliffe's going to stay out here.
Wow. Very interesting call for that number 76. That was a fairly long green flag run.
Carson as well.
A lot of people on pit road.
Three of the top 6 drivers look to be staying out, and I believe that's Scott Yost also still on the track. Our title sponsor here. So those 4 employing some strategy here early, and there you see Atkins and Gretz, your top 2, getting 4 fresh tires.
Might have been fuel only for that 017. Might have set the fuel wrong.
Or maybe a 2-tire stop versus 4s. Okay, that's a lengthy pit stop for Caden, at least compared to what Alex had.
We'll go ahead and pull up the pit panel. Gretz spent 34 seconds on pit road. That's an 11-second stop he had. Versus Caden, who had a 21-second pit stop. And of course, this is not your classic NASCAR pit stop, sub 13-second times. These are late model pit stops, bound to take longer, slap on tires and such. So at 56, most likely took 4 rather than Gretz, who took down 2.
They need to get that Mr. Clean pit crew from NASCAR 06.
Right.
Always keep their stops up. For the ones that know, you know. So it looks like Team Kamikaze will have a 1-3 restart here, with Sutcliffe and Grindle leading the bottom side, and Carson in the 1 will restart second, and Gretz 4th, and looks to Caden will be restarting in 5th.
I'm very surprised to see a couple of people not drive to the bottom side of the racetrack to gain all that track position, because everybody's just shoving themselves against that outside wall. You can gain a lot of time by using that inside on the restart. Of course, when you get up to speed, it's not going to work. But here we go, green flag. The 76 will lead them off. And Poindexter, he slid himself to the high side. Sutcliffe couldn't get clear. And they're side by side, filling up that one lane right up against that high side.
Yeah, I think Sutcliffe is trying to get back up to the high side, but Gretz is already up there, so Sutcliffe's going to have to make do at the bottom side, at least for another lap. It looks like they almost door banged right there. Whoa!
Oh, man, these drivers are shoving it so close into the corner. Poindexter gets in the wall.
Carson got the wall. Here comes Gretz on the outside.
So close up front, 2x2 action. Poindexter gets sideways again. Oh, they're in the wall.
Both of them.
And that opened up the door for the 76 of Sutcliffe. He might take the lead, but he's staying right there against that dotted line. Here comes the 56 of Atkins. Oh, Poindexter. Oh, what a save.
Oh, my goodness.
These drivers are littered
Three
left,
wide
right, up,
street.
and down.
Harry's all the way down on the bottom.
Oh,
Carson's
Poindexter.
really loose.
Oh!
Almost over, and now the car gets clipped, and that's going to bring the caution out. Klein in there, Menchu around.
Yeah, Poindexter was bound to lose it. He was just so
long.
loose on old tires, and unfortunately, oh man, it involved a couple of innocent bystanders. Take a replay at it again.
Yeah, they were just slipping and sliding all over the place, and Carson on those old tires just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Bam!
There's Liam Sheen, who clips Menchu, and then Klein nowhere to go, and they get stuck into each other, and then...
Klein flings Poindexter into Menchu. That's fairly exciting.
Wow, looks like Sutcliffe's staying out again.
Oh man, I wouldn't have stayed out because the car's right behind you. Man, very interesting call because Gretz is on new tires, but he's not really on new tires. He's only on 2.
Only on 2. Yeah. Yeah, you saw Gretz was slipping and sliding as well. It was only 2 of his tires are new, so... But even less so than Sutcliffe is... I believe Sutcliffe is now the only car that has yet to pit in this race, as a Harry just pit from 3rd or 4th. So we're almost halfway through here, and the next couple laps will be at the halfway point, so... I'm interested to see when Sutcliffe may finally decide to come down.
Now, if you were to come on down pit road, you'd come on down halfway, and we're coming up on that halfway point. We might even be on that halfway point right now, actually. With just 35 out of 75 laps complete.
Yeah, next 2 or 3 laps, so... Obviously, fuel not a factor tonight, as you can make it all the way on fuel, but those tires really get eaten up fast, especially if you try to make the bottom work without all that rubber being put down yet.
But Sutcliffe, Gretz, Atkins, Peter has made himself into the top 5. How about that number 91? I haven't really talked about him. He's sitting up here in the mix as well.
Cole Woody up to 6th place as well, as I believe he stayed out under this last caution after catching that lucky break on the last one, so we'll have to see if Cole could potentially make any big moves up towards the front after his early incident.
Hang on, we're not going green.
I don't know what's going on here. The lights just came back on. Something's messed up here. I think
really don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if they all had to pass the pace car or what. Yeah, it looks like they're all gonna have to pass the pace car.
The lights were off on the pace car, but oh, this is weird.
I've never seen this before, but most likely these drivers are gonna be spread out left to right. Looks like they're gonna take the wave around. I'm not really sure what happened. Where is the pace car now?
All right, well, somebody that's not named Brett Bodine must be in the pace car, because that is not right at all, but... And the lights come back on again.
Yeah, I threw out the caution just to add 1 more lap to regroup everybody. Of course, nobody's caught up yet.
Like, that was bizarre. The field's still catching up here. That's a new one.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
We've seen a lot in iSCAR, but I think that's a first here. I've never seen the entire field pass the pace car under yellow. That's
Yeah, and not only that, it was like they were treated like a wave around car.
Huh.
And they were all the lead lap. I'm not really sure what that was all about. In the
well,
meantime,
in any event, there goes the pace car finally. Right. Brett Bodine makes his way down on the pit road here as the field will make their way out of turn 4.
Green flag.
Sutcliffe guns it, and we're back green.
Sutcliffe a bit lower than usual. Oh, Gretz wants to pinch down the 76. 3-1 action.
Whoa!
Peter gets put in the wall.
I think the outside lane didn't really get formed before the start, as there was like only 2 or 3 cars up there, and then everybody else. The field's pretty spread out now. I don't think the field got totally...
Oh!
Yellow.
Atkins hard into the barrels and almost goes over. Now he goes over. Yost in there as well, and Atkins barrel rolling down the banking here. And a
Wow.
promising day goes sour quick for Caden Atkins.
That was a hard hit. He hit the opening of that turn 1 barrier. And man, his car just jutted up in the air. We'll see what happened again, but he was trying to clear against that high side, and unfortunately, I think Heater was there. Yeah, Heater was already in the wall, and bam!
Oh, man. You see Scott Yost in there as well. Heater. Wow, that one car barely missed Scott Yost. I'm not sure who that was, but a wild ride for Atkins, and a top 5 day for him has come to a crashing end here, unfortunately. That might have been Dominic Howe that slipped his way through that. Might be one of the biggest wrecks I've ever seen in a late model race here. That was something else.
Yeah, man, that was a vicious hit. That eliminates more people.
Yeah, Yost might be done after that as well. Actually, no, he's not, but
There he is.
he is a lap down.
So he's still on the lead lap. He's just gonna have to take the wave around.
Heater also potentially with terminal damage from that incident. So I'm curious to see if we can get an onboard from Dominic Howe with that wreck, because he slipped and slided his way right through that thing somehow.
Dominic Howe, there he is in the 56. Got an onboard of him as he scooted himself through. The wreck's gonna happen entering 1. Watch the 56 just fly. Right there, here's the contact. Bam! And
You'll see it right here.
oh, wow! He got lucky.
And Harry Grindle as well. I didn't see him make it through there as well, but both of them with excellent jobs of making their way through that as to not collect more people than what was collected. So that'll whittle the field down a bit more. As looks to be, we only have about 10 or 11 cars now left on the track. But Joe Burgee, I believe, is now back on track, 40 laps down after his lap 1 incident. So Burgee perhaps coming back out and trying to gain a couple spots and gain some points and scrap whatever he can out of today.
Top 5 going to be displayed on your screen. It's Gretz, Sutcliffe, Grindle, Menchu, and Klein. Rounding it all out as of right now.
Looks like Scott Yost will now take the wave around and get himself back on the lead lap. So looks like we'll have 9 cars on the lead lap for this restart. Gretz, Sutcliffe, Grindle, Menchu, and Howe, your top 5 for it. Carson Poindexter, after almost flipping, now finds himself back up in 6th. So a pretty wild race so far.
Green flag and Gretz, man,
wow,
huge jump.
Green flag.
He might have hit the wall on the front stretch as he was trying to get themselves going. Whoa, close racing between teammates.
Yeah, it's Grindle on the low side, Sutcliffe on the high side, and Sutcliffe on old tires looks to be maintaining that 2nd spot. And now you see Dominic Howe trying for 3rd and maybe for 2nd here. He got a big run out of turn 4.
Sort of boxed in right behind the 76. As of right now, as Alex K. Gretz attempts to pull away. Man, these drivers have...
crossover move here. Bold move for Dominic. He's going to dive it way down to the bottom here into 3.
Trying to slide job. There you go. Wow, what a move.
And a crossover by Sutcliffe to try and get 2nd back. And this can be close, but I think Dominic, there he goes, has the better run off of turn 2.
Dominic, not only he has fresher tires, will pull up the last time he pit only 6 laps ago compared to Gretz. I think Dominic, even though he has a lot of damage on that machine, this is his best shot at maybe winning this race if he catches a caution, because I don't think he can make up a 1-second deficit as of right now, but we'll have to see. Still a lot of time to go. We're coming up in, looks like lap 53 out of 75.
I'm more impressed that Eric Sutcliffe is still in 3rd place. He has not pit yet the entire race. So we're on lap 53, and he's on 52 lap old tires compared to about 25 for Gretz and about 8 for Dominic. So Eric doing a really good job of keeping pace despite how old the tires, and we got a spinner in the back.
Looks like the machine.
Yellow flag is
The yellow
out.
flag is
Woody
out.
again.
Cole Woody is also around as well. Got a replay. What happened? Gene. Oh, looks like tried to pull a slide job in around.
It looks like that was
74.
went around off the nose of, I think that was Menchu.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Sheen, you'll see the machine disappear there. That's a disqualification. Too many incidents.
That's unfortunate. So another one bites the dust here. As it looks like as Liam is still in 10th place, being 2 laps down, so he'll be there at least 10 more laps if Heater can. I don't know if Heater's still on track or not, but
Ooh, Gretz might take the bait. No, he will not.
a couple guys in the back. I think Carson's coming down, and 3 or 4 cars. Yost, one of them. I think that's Klein as well, and Cole. So only 9 cars left on track now. So if nobody else that's currently getting repairs comes back out, you see Heater still getting required repairs. If he can come back out, or if he can't, Liam still may end up with the top 10 tonight.
Right, definitely. Hit the window. Focusing on this top area. So, laps led, but last time these drivers pit for some Brett's had 30 laps on his stint. Number 58, Dominic Howe, he's 12 laps. Sutcliffe, yet again, just staying out. If I were him, I would have came in this time.
Yeah, that might be the best time to come in, is there's only 9 cars left on track, so you're not going to go that far back, all things considered, even if you do pit. And you'll have the freshest tires in the whole field, so I mean, I'm impressed he's made it this far on the same tires, but if there's any time to pit, I'd say now too. Maybe he doesn't think he'll be that good on cold tires, which could be understandable, but we'll have to see how this works out for him.
iSCAR's in. Green flag, and man, he hit the...
Another early jump.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
This time he doesn't tag the wall. Got a nice start in the 1.
Dominic still within range of his teammate there, as Gretz was not able to pull as far out as he did on the last restart, so Dominic may have something for him in the next couple laps with his new tires.
Looking 3 wide toward the rear of the field as Harry Grindle is a bit attacked by Scott Yost, who wants to roll the middle portion of the racetrack. That's Cole Woody in the 74, who wants to work around both of them.
Yeah, Woody trying to get himself into the top 5 for, I believe, the first time tonight as Grindle scrapes the wall there out of 4. Cole with a rough night so far, 2 or 3 spins he's been involved in, but still a pretty solid run for him now as we get into the closing stages here tonight at Irwindale.
Yeah, nice battle here for this 4th position as Scott Yost is attempting to make that bottom side work. Looks like he pulled ahead of the 70. That 78 Grindle looks to be tight. Want to look over for a crossover to the inside. Goes Harry!
That's close.
So close, right up off the exit, but Scott Yost is going to retain that position.
Spinner in the back. I'm not sure who just went around, but somebody did. Dominic looks to be closing the gap here. Actually, just got the wall just a bit.
That's going to be a battle here for this top spot as Dominic Howe, oh man, he bounced it off the barrier. Got a bit loose there off the exit.
I think Gretz just got a bit loose as well, but still a better run out of 4 for him. So just 12 more laps for Dominic to potentially get up to the lead, but looks to be losing a bit of that ground back here.
Last time by, it was a bit slower, but he definitely is gaining on that leader, Gretz. Gretz is looking for his first win in the iSCAR Racing Series. Right now is his best shot.
Scott Yost is almost to the back bumper of Sutcliffe third here, as I think Eric's old tires might finally be catching up to him a little bit, as Scott's looking below him. And I think Scott might be able to get it here into one, and that is for the third and final podium spot. Scott trying to make the bottom work, and not a whole lot Eric can do with, 65 lap old tires, as Scott will indeed make that pass. So put Scott Yost up into the top 3 for the first time today.
Yeah, Scott is doing a great job of rolling that middle portion of the racetrack. He doesn't want to be against that the barrier, rather than these other drivers, these other two proximity drivers of that 58 and the 017. Still making up some time, though, or attempting to make up some time. He runs the middle portion of the racetrack, but all eyes are on the 017 and Gretz.
See a slow car trying to make up some points. I'm not sure who that is, but staying low and out of the way. Brett's got loose out of 4 there.
Atkins in the number 56, but yeah, and that gap's still under a second. If Dominic could go ahead and shove it into the corner, make up as much time as he can. He has to do it now. It was on the white flag. It's going to be too late.
He got loose right there and out of turn 4, so he's trying all he can, but I'm not sure if he's got enough left in the tank in terms of tires or time left in the race to get up there.
Right, different lane.
And even if we do have a caution come out, Gretz being the leader, he's been able to pull away so early on these last 2 restarts, or even if a caution were to come out, he might be able to just pull himself away to a win right off the bat. So a caution may not really help Dominic that much.
With 4 laps to go, Gretz looking for his first win in the iSCAR Racing Series. He crosses the start-finish line. The gap is now lengthened to over a second now. I think Dominic, he pushed the car a bit too much there. Has to cool down those tires, but it's going to be too late, most likely.
See, Yost has pulled from Sutcliffe just a little bit, but Sutcliffe still got about 2 seconds between him and his teammate Harry Grindle, so barring anything crazy happening, I think Sutcliffe's going to round out his first race with a top 5, so good job for him. As you see, Heater just trying to gain as many laps as he can. Not enough laps left to pass Liam Sheen, but him and Atkins, if Heater's faster, could potentially gain 1 more spot here. But just 2 to go for Gretz, who is about a lap and a half away now from his first iSCAR win, something he's been trying to get for a long time. And out of turn 4, just 1 more lap between him and his first iSCAR win.
Yeah, Gretz has made 31 starts in iSCAR, 0 victories on his account. But looks like he's going to add 1 to the list. Off of turn number 2 he goes, and the gap is 1.44 seconds now. Into 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. Alex K. Gretz is going to be an iSCAR winner. Congratulations to the 017.
And a 1-2 finish for Proximity Racing as well, as Dominic Cowell, with all that damage, rounds himself out in second. But congratulations to that 017 on finally getting his first ever iSCAR win in his 32nd start. So congrats to him and Proximity and the whole team on a hard-earned win here tonight.
Gonna go ahead and burn it down here on the front straightaway, and a well-deserved victory for that 017 for getting him nice position there for this final couple of restarts. Dominic Howe is second. Scott Yost is going to round himself out top 3.
And Gretz will burn it down here on the front stretch. I'm sure that's a very pleasant burnout he's got going here, one he's been waiting for a while. Repping those proximity colors here. So we can pull up your finishing order here from the Irwindale Event Center. Alex K. Gretz, your winner here tonight. Dominic Howe, a teammate of his, in second place. Scott Yost, our series sponsor, here in third. Eric Sutcliffe did not pit the entire race and finished 4th on old tires, so that's pretty impressive. His teammate and team owner Harry Grindle in 5th. Cole Woody rebounds from 2 early incidents to get 6th. Jackson Menchu 7th. Carson Poindexter in 8th. Matthew Klein in 9th. And Liam Sheen, despite being disqualified, finishes in 10th, 24 laps down.
Rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen. Caden Atkins in 11th. Eric Heater in 12th. Michael Bianchini is going to be in 13th. Joe Berge in 14th. Darius Rhodes-Dadgar in 15th. Brendan Wilkinson, Corey H. Hart, Brandon Metzler going to round out the order. That being said, we're going to go ahead and scoot ourselves to the side and go ahead and treat you in with a couple of interviews after these commercial breaks. Welcome back, everybody, live here tonight for the iSCAR Yost Auto Sales Late Model Series, Irwindale 75. Getting set to go ahead and interview our top 3 in an Alex K. Gretz, finally, in iSCAR Victory Lane for the first time. We'll go ahead and drag him into the booth. 017 Gretz, man, congratulations, dude. You started in 3rd, and finally you're in iSCAR Victory Lane. Oh my god. Gretz, you have a bit of a mic problem.
Oh.
Gretz, yeah, that is a mic problem. Alright, we'll try to get back to him as Gretz is...
We got some technical difficulties here, but yeah, he won.
Yeah, he won.
More 11.
Oh my god, my ears. We'll try to go ahead and we'll drag in our 2nd place into the booth. The number 56 is Dominic Howe, who finished out 2nd here for tonight, even though he got involved in a couple of wrecks.
More than a couple.
Yeah, more than a couple, definitely. You started yourself in 12th, but finished out here 2nd. How was your day overall?
You know, thanks to Alex for the upgrade on the VRS set, though, but way too much rear brake, a lot of sliding. I'm not too good in these cars, but, you know, a lot of attrition. 2nd, you know, that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely, man. How'd you get yourself in the right position for that final restart to put yourself in 2nd?
I don't know, when they had that big wreck and it took out all the fast people, I was going down pit road and fixing the rest of my damage, and I was able to get tires before that last somewhat long run. And once I got by whoever 3rd was, and I was just behind Alex for the rest of it, and it was good enough.
Definitely, man. Run yourself out 2nd here tonight after starting yourself in 12th. Congratulations, bud. Before we let you go, any sponsors want to thank you for tonight?
You know, you guys for putting the broadcast on, and my proximity racing team and our sponsors, you know, Trey Shellsworth Photography, All Serve Garage Door Openers, and, you know, that Splash and Go graphics for our wonderful paint scheme.
Alright, man. 10 for Dominic Howe is going to round himself out 2nd. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Dominic Howe, and he goes, not the 017, what the heck am I saying? The 56, so we'll go ahead and drag in Alex K. Gretz. Dewey, go ahead and take this one.
Alright, Alex, is your mic better?
Should be.
Alright, perfect. So you're finally an iSCAR winner after 30-some-odd starts. How's it finally feel to win a race here?
It feels great. I mean, finally I'm in my, I felt like I was in my home territory. I run open set stuff all the time on short tracks, and it was fun tonight.
Yeah, I was about to mention this is an open setup series, and so anything I mean, I'm not trying to give away your secrets or anything, but anything particular that you might have done to your setup that helped you win tonight?
I was running in third gear actually. I was running a 370 something gear. I was running in third gear, and I think a lot of people were running in fourth. So it was I don't know. I felt like it helped me get off the corner a little bit better than everybody else. But other than that, it was just some stuff that I've learned from people over time and just practice with setups, and eventually you'll get good at it if you just practice long enough. That's basically what I did.
Well, it definitely worked out in your favor tonight as you finally have picked up a W here in iSCAR. Before I let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight?
Just Proximity Racing, Trey Shuttles with Photography, All Server Garage Door, Rexar Engineering, Splash and Go for the amazing scheme, Graham Cracker, and I think that's about it.
All right, Alex K. Gretz, a first-time winner here in iSCAR. Congratulations, and good luck to you for the rest of the Summer Series.
Thank you.
Also, definitely do check out Splash and Go Graphics. They make some amazing stuff as seen here in tonight's broadcast. I definitely recommend them for any schemes you may want here in iSCAR or in iRacing in general.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and drag in our series representative, the person who's sponsoring this series. Scott, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Alex
Hey,
K.
Scott.
Gretz.
You're going to finish out third here for tonight, in top 3 after starting yourself in 4th. How'd you get yourself in position there for that final run?
I don't know. I kind of struggled all night. I felt like I was in the back of the pack most of the time. I just kept getting tires when I could and stayed in the lead lap. And then that final 20 laps there was a caution. I had fresh tires, so I was able to pull away from a couple guys in the back, but I could never catch the top 2 there.
Yeah. For your setup, though, of course, it was open setup here for tonight. What'd you do under the hood of that machine to get yourself rolling into 3rd place?
I actually, I didn't even realize this was an open setup until like 2 days ago, and then I went on the forum and the guy had posted a baseline setup, and I took that and kind of modified it to the gears and just the stagger and some springs, so it worked pretty good. Qualifying set was decent. I struggled on the restarts and the start, so I have to fix that. But overall, I felt good.
All right, man. 10-4, buddy. Before I let you go, you want to go ahead and represent, of course, the series, Scott, Yost Auto Sales and such?
Yes, Yost Auto Sales. Thomas Graub, who did my paint, my family in Alma, Michigan, Uncle Chuck, they're watching tonight, so all good. Good night.
All right, man. 10-4. Scott Yost going to round himself out 3rd here for tonight. Can't wait to talk to you coming to your next race, bud.
All right.
Scott Yost in the 85, and with that being said, what a race we had here for tonight. Even though there was not a lot of cars, there was definitely a lot of action.
Yeah, the first time that we've run this late model series here in iSCAR in almost 2 years, as 2018 was the last time this series ran here, but it's off to a pretty good bang here as we had a really, really good first race out, and actually a pretty good turnout considering what we got last time this series came out, so I'm hoping that things get bigger and better here for the rest of this series.
Definitely, and with that said, for the iSCAR Yost Auto Sales Late Model Series for the Irwindale 75, my name is Ezekiel Reyes.
And I'm Dewey Schramm. Be sure to tune in to MaxspeedTV for our 5-pack of races we've got this week. We've got the IMSA series will be at Monza on Wednesday night. We've got the Skip Barber series will be at Laguna Seca on Thursday night. And then we have for you, the Street Stock series will be at Concord on Friday night. That should be an interesting one.
Right.
Saturday night, we've got the Super Speedway series with the trucks at Talladega. And finally, this very late model series will be back here Sunday night at Langley. So be sure to tune to MaxspeedTV for those races and all the other series that MSTV has to offer.
Thank you all for watching. Can't wait to see you coming next week.